Hello everyone, my name is AP the Weird One, and welcome back to episode 2 of Full Metal Panic Fumoffu. This time we're dealing with the short stories of Hostility Passing By and A Fruitless Lunchtime. In the light novel version, this is Fruitless Lunchtime is the same, but in the light novel, it is known as a hostility born of one-sided rivalry. Hard word to say for myself. So we have volume two. So yeah, and then we have volume volume 3, story 1. So yeah, and then it's in the opposite order. So it's the third one. You know what I mean. It's out of order. Anyway, so the first one, hostility passing by. Basically, there's a crowd to get school lunch. This local cafeteria provides for them. The school, doesn't provide school lunches for the kids. And anyway, Sosuke, he wanted to get a playing role, and he decided to bring a gun to the school and cause a mass panic. And so now, him and the Kamina and some friends have to help out delivering, make sure people get their bread sandwiches, and in the process, a certain teacher decides to mingle with them, try to upset decide to disrupt their processes, and it fails spectacularly because Sosuke hijacks. He kind of guards them both. He lays traps with both of them. First one being a car battery, and the second one being tear gas. Actually, the tear gas I was going to look up. Let me see. What is it? I think it's... Yeah, I looked it up. It's from the light novel they mentioned. Let me see if this is actually a real... Oh, yep. Okay, it's a... Yep, riot control gas. Yep, okay, it is actually real. Alright, we got that. It's called Atom Sight or DM. So that's what they use. That's mentioned in the light novel. And then the second one, the Fruitless Lunchtime. Sosuke has to try to understand a poem. He asks Kamina lends him his notes, and then he basically when he gets to school, he forgets it and decides to Kamina forces him to get it. They both go back to the house and get the note, and basically we have from there leading back to the school that we had some hijinks basically. Overall, hysterical. I was dying. Hostility Passing By had me crying. I know it's a little early to say, but I think if you're collecting the Full Metal Panic and you're enjoying the series, you definitely you could skip on the other animes, the first season, second, third, if you just want to go with the light novels. But I think you have to get Fumoffu. Now, Fumoffu doesn't have all the light novels from volumes 1 and 2 of the short stories, but I think what they present so far, I think is good enough that you really should get both of them. I mean, you should get the season. It's like $13 on Amazon. You could find other places for cheaper, used, whatever. But I think it's definitely worth owning, along with the light novel. So yeah, a little extra money, but it's worth it. I think the quality is exceptional. But I want to talk some aspects in the light novel. So in the beginning of the episode, I was very confused why people are all tensed up and there's the teacher talking. On the light novel, it's a little bit different. He talks about Hades' voodoo, religious practice. In the anime, it's Japanese history. It's not that big of a deal, but it's about lunchtime. Everybody's getting ready to go. I'm like, what is going on here? And then it's it's lunchtime bell. They gotta get their sandwiches, everything. Pretty hysterical. When Kamina gets her food, this piece of artwork is absolutely fantastic. I will show the light novels version of it, but the anime, you can't beat the anime. The anime does these 2 short stories so well. It's absolutely beautiful. The animation's not always 100%, but when it's there, it is, oh my god, I absolutely love it. Just fantastic. The president. This man, I think I don't know if I mentioned the last episode, but I really wish he was introduced in the first part of the anime. But this man is so serious. But like when he's on screen, you shut up and pay attention because he says very serious things, but it's just like a very comedic. I'm like something's down's gonna go bad. There's gonna be some excellent delivery. I don't know. If I were in the position, I don't know if this happened with the English voice actors or the Japanese ones, but I'd probably be dying. Like this man is so funny, but they don't. No, Japanese. I think they watch the anime on just limp syncing, and then that's how they do the delivery of the lines. I believe, and they do it all together in the line. That would have been a hard sell. Like holy crap, no. And English is I think a little bit different, but yeah, this would be hard for me to do. I'm like I have to take a couple of takes, but yeah, whenever this man is on scene, I know we're gonna be in it for a good time. It has some funness, but so yeah, he orders Sosuke and Kamina to take care of the food situation until the local bakery decides like, hey, we'll help out. It's like for 2 weeks, and they run into this. They run to he's a teacher of he's a PE teacher. He does have an official. He does have an official name. Well, I could look it up for a second. I think his name's Kuga, which is kind of Koger. Yeah, and they give a nice homage to Full Metal Panic, the movie from the American. I never watched it. I've heard the first part's good, but then the second part gets really gory, and I'm not a big fan of gore. But it's definitely a movie I should watch. But I know it's a classic. But yeah, we got a little homage to that. Good times. He, of course, he's going to try to sabotage the meals. You get to see what happens to him. Like Sosuke describes the stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, you see what he goes through. It's just so funny. But we get to see Mizuki help out with the process. She was from the first season. She was part of the light novel series. What was it? Which one was it? She was in the first. Oh yeah, my boyfriend is a specialist. Yeah, so we got her introduction. But it's nice to see her. She helps out. The president's secretary also helps out as well. So it's a nice addition. And then after the two hijinks, then we see the principal just confront him as he's trying to poke the right circle, and he gets suspended. Very funny moment. But let's move on to the second part. And we move on to the Japanese store, for getting the notes and everything. Sosuke, the visuals from, him trying to understand the poem is really good. He mentioned, Japanese history, but Japanese poetry, I don't get. I can remember, he can recite the Quran really good. That's mentioned in the light novel. But, Kamina lends him the notes. He stays up all night. In the morning, he hears a woman scream, and he runs to her. It's just a cockroach, but he gets, he thinks he's mistaken for a burglar, and he gets pepper sprayed. If I heard a scream that loud, I'd probably doing something as well, man. It's serious business. I mean, the woman yelled very loud. You don't know the circumstances. I don't blame Sosuke for that one. That's not his fault. I understand. I sympathize with him. But yeah, Kamina is just being reasonable. She did use a suplex on him. It's funny scene overall. The things that go on with this episode. We see this police officer. She chases them down because they stole the bike and they started speeding away. Very, very hysterical scene. Reminds me of something that my Uncle Paul and his friends would get involved, because they were hooligans. They got into trouble. They did wacky stuff, not during school, but outside of school. They were hooligans. But they chased them down. This scene, they were flying through the air. They managed to escape her. She crashed into railing, crashed into this truck. Definitely them jumping off the bike and everything. I'm like, this is definitely something like my Uncle Paul's seen. In the lineup, what's mentioned is a suburban area, you can hear dogs barking, so a lot worse. And the police officer does make an appearance again, from my recollection from the light novels. I'm not sure if the anime is going to touch on that, but we will see. And then Kyoto Animation, when they get to this train station and they do their dive and barrel roll into the train, is just, oh my god, sweet, beautiful animation. It is on point. I absolutely love it. I'm like, oh my god, this is so good. Absolutely. The picture, the artwork from the light novel that deals with this story, it's nice, but the anime just has too much good. And with that, I'm gonna, before I get to the wrap ups, I'll show you from the light novel the first one from the story, from the first part of the story. So give me one moment. This one scene. So yeah, that one. It's good, and it's like funny because you get to see Sasuke just sucking his thumb like a little child, and the ferocity of getting in line. So it's fun, but it doesn't match the light novel. They set up perfectly where you don't need that. What was I gonna tell you? Very funny episode. I died. The first part is hysterical. But with that, I'll see you guys next time. The next light novel, the next story is dealing with the Summer of Illusion Steel. Just one short story. It's the full one. I do remember this one a little bit from reading the light novel. This is one's going to be pretty funny, but yeah, takes place the full version. So hopefully you have a wonderful day. If you haven't checked out Fumoffu, you definitely are intrigued to check out Panic Fumoffu. It's very funny. Lots of good hijinks. Remember, I think I'm definitely appreciating this a lot more than when I was much younger. But anyway, have a wonderful Thursday. I'll probably see you guys back this Friday. I don't know, 100% sure, but we'll see. Anyway, no, I definitely will. We'll see again. I'll talk to you guys later. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for the 500 subscribers. I'll catch you guys later tonight I'll catch you guys Friday. Anyway, enough about that. Have a good day.